You are a prisoner of what they wanted you to be. Now you're a minister of a brand new reality. Don't you wanna get away? Shut down all the voices, all the white noises, drowning me in deeper waves. I gotta get away. They think they own you, but they don't know. You're broken free, better on your own. You're on top of the world, at the top of your lungs. Come on, and shout your freedom. Victory is what has come alive. It's right, the light they come. Shout it out to the world, at the top of your lungs. Come on, and shout your freedom. Show me the product, we could've did it. Everything all crazy and some get it. And I just wanna move on and not regret it. But the past is too dark, I just can't forget it. Securing the nails in the coffin, I don't get this feeling so often. You made me this way I was often. I'm done now when this is your caution. I tried to hold you brave, still telling us tonight. And there's no reversing, there's no reversing that. I beg for you to stay, should left so easily. And there's no reversing.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first Super Show of the new year. I am your host, Kurt Adams, and here tonight at Hard Reset, we got an amazing show for you. We're starting off hot and heavy with Law TV as Captinlaw sits down with Fletch to talk about who knows what. We're going to see the Reach for the Opportunity Rumble. All of these men vying for a chance at the CBW Critical Heavyweight World Championship. And we're going to see the newly crowned United States Champion, David Bruce, against a mystery opponent. So much more to come here tonight. There's going to be tons of action. There might be some new debuts, some new faces, some old faces. Let's cut it down to the Law TV with Captinlaw.
Introducing Captinlaw.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Critical Backyard Wrestling. My name is Mags. We are here at Hard Reset. Pay-per-view host Kurt Adams getting us started off. Here is the Antichrist of YouTube wrestling himself, the CBW owner Captinlaw, here for this episode of Law TV with his guest, the main attraction, Fletch. My name is Mags, and I'm joined on commentary today by the Wonder, Will.
I wonder what the hell I'm doing here today. You know, Captinlaw calling out Fletch, someone who wants to prove to other companies that he and XCW are above us. And what a better company to go to, the CBW, the mixing pot of all companies. Because you got a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of everything here. Even XCW holds its hand to CBW.
Reset, the first show of the 2023 season. We had the show host introduce it. But tonight, I get to do something that I haven't done proper in a little bit. So ladies and gentlemen, tonight here at Hard Reset, we open the show with a little rendition of Law TV.
They dropping bombs over landmass, bodies buried in the sand. Nations have weapons pointed at the continent. Living in a land of fear, people searching for Messiah. Put our faith in fairy tales, left on revolutionizing. 10 drops and ghost caskets, I'm losing patience. Pop a bottle, take a pill, keep them medicated. Wake them up with education. Stand up and take your places. So if you get the sign, open your eyes. When
let me do this prim and proper. Welcome to the most must-see talk show in YouTube wrestling. Welcome to Law TV. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight, he's traveled about the same circuit I has, a few less companies because he's not as relevant as I am, stuck in a fishbowl. Traveled a few less companies than me. He's won world championships all over the XCW court, formerly known as the Nemesis. Ladies and gentlemen, the main attraction, Fletch.
And strong words there from Captinlaw as we're now joined by the man who used to be known as Nemesis, but now goes by the main attraction, readopting his actual name, Fletch.
You know, wherever Fletch goes, his foul mouth follows, and I bet he has some words for Captinlaw tonight on his own show.
I mean, we saw a similar interaction over on XCW on New Year's Nemesis with the Peep Show, and we saw how that turned out for Law, and you gotta wonder if we're gonna have a similar result here tonight.
Now, while I enjoy and appreciate you being on my show here tonight, I don't appreciate those bug eyes you were giving me during your entrance.
Also don't appreciate the fact that you can't get me working equipment.
It's real funny when the shoe's on the other foot, huh? Here.
What I don't appreciate is you coming out here talking about how you're well-traveled, you've been there, and you've been here, and you've been here, and I'm less traveled than you. The truth is, it's not about how many places you go to, it's about how much of an impact you can make in one. And let me tell you something, bitch. I have made more of an impact in 12 minutes than you have your entire career.
You know, God, Sullivan, you really suck. You would know all about making an impact since you know you stole Ultimate Impact Wrestling, stole their content, decided to post it on your channel. They call you the Vince McMahon of backyard wrestling, all because you can't keep your own relevancy, so you use other people's channels to get it. But it's fine. That's why you're here, right? Is to stay relevant because you can't do it in XCW.
Coming from the guy who started his talk show with, it's the most must-see show on YouTube. Where have we heard that one before? Welcome to you the biz now? Like, is that your shtick now? Like, everything that you do, Captinlaw, that you didn't even spell right, by the way. Everything that you do is not original. You don't have an original bone in your entire body. You're coming out here, legend, wait for it. Derry, right, Barney Stinson? You want to talk about how I've stole companies? You mean I've mastered the art of the wrestling business?
Mastered the art of the wrestling business, my ass. If you'd mastered the art of a wrestling business, you wouldn't be wrestling in a 12x12 inside some shitty garage.
If you mastered the wrestling business, you wouldn't be working in a 12x12 in a shitty basement or a shitty garage or a shitty backyard that someone else provided for you.
You know what? You talk about other people providing things for me. You can talk about how I haven't paved my own way. But if it wasn't for me, CBW wouldn't be nearly as good as it is. It'd be still run by that idiot gunshot who can't even show up to a show. It'd be run by an idiot like Atomic Titan who can't show up to a show. It'd be ran like an idiot Anthony Steele who stinks up the entire joint with his attitude and his overzealous ego. Speaking of overzealous egos, have you looked in the mirror recently? Because I mean, let's look at the career of Fletch, huh? How many times have you lost your own company to a woman.
Who at least has the opportunity to have an interaction with a woman.
I'd rather live my sad, lonely, boring, single life than be controlled and manipulated by some skank who's using you for relevancy. Don't try to take the microphone from
And
me.
it's funny that you mentioned that when you're a guy who worked for Jake Howe.
You see, that's not me using him for relevancy. That's me keeping his show relevant for him, because the one time you were there, you did what? Won a shitty tag title? And you needed Morai or Corey Lee to get that job done because you stormed out. You were pissed off. And what did he do? He hit the coup de grace, got the 1, 2, 3, and held up the interpromotional tag team titles. And all you did was throw away that opportunity.
It's funny, you talk about that show, I'm pretty sure that that day, regardless of who my partner was or what the situation was, I got the W, and the last I checked, you were laying on your back to Jake Howe. So, if you don't shut the hell up right now, you're going to be laying on your back again.
You don't talk about laying me on my back. You know what? I'm done with this shit. I'm done with you. Every time I get in this ring with you, I try to do a nice, simple talk show, and you have to ruin it every single time. You're lucky I don't lay your blubber whale looking ass out, chum chum.
Nothing but open air and opportunity, Captain.
Finally, getting to see a little bit of action. It's been 10 straight minutes of those two talk. Oh, we have a nice message from...
We don't need to be doing this right now. I might just be the host of this show. I'm not a manager. I'm not a general manager, but I do have a solution. Your match will not be taking place at the end of the night. It will not be taking place anywhere on this card. It will be taking place right here, right now. The winner of this match gets the last entrant in the Reach for the Opportunity Rumble. You guys want it? Let's do it the right way. CBW rules. Captinlaw, Fletch, right here, right now.
And Kurt Adams making the match official.
You know what? I like the idea. Give me what's
Words could not solve the problems that these two have clearly shown to have with each other. So maybe a little physical activity to do some talking as they're clear out the ring. We get the ref in there. We're almost on our way.
And we're joined by Ref Festus, who we'll see later in the show. Our cameras caught up with him before the show was filmed, but starting off hot and heavy. Fletch getting Law down, grabs the leg, rakes the eyes of Law there.
Fletch very much in control. Nice enziguri as Captinlaw is in some serious trouble if he lets Fletch continue to maintain control of this match.
And we're seeing a bit of vintage Fletch here. I mean, like that step up enziguri there. And then the running forearm in the corner, he usually follows that with the forearm, or with the cannonball, I should say.
Captinlaw didn't go down, but we do get to see the bumping uppercut, putting Captinlaw down. Could this be it?
Not able to get the 3 there was Fletch. And really, I don't know about you. I don't know if you've seen much of Fletch in the past before or not, but I've watched plenty of Fletch matches as Law trying to take control here. Now they're trading shots. But this is some heavy shots from Fletch as he's throwing those haymakers at Law, and Law with a straight jab, and Fletch with a big lariat.
I see there, Mags. Law is in some serious trouble because he cannot catch any momentum.
You get to look at it again here. I mean,
it is a massive lariat, putting Law straight on his behind, and that should have been 3. But Law, being the younger specimen, might be able to get away with a couple of those before Fletch can completely take him out of this match. but Fletch is using every trick he knows up the book, choking out Law, bumping uppercuts, flying forearms, you name it, he will bring it out, and he will make Captinlaw pay.
I mean, that big kick to the face, and you got to wonder if maybe Festus is letting a little bit go here, given his XCW tenureship.
Oh, I don't know about that, Mags. If you just let them do what they do.
And now Fletch raking the face against the ropes there. I think, I might be wrong here, but I think Captinlaw is busted open, bleeding from the nose after that shot to the face from Fletch. But it's not enough to stop Law as Law trying to battle back here, throwing those shots. A little bit of Fletch's own there with the spit shot. In the bell clap in the corner, can he follow it with the bulldog?
Yes, very nice combo indeed. With Fletch being as old as he is, this could be enough to take... No, but Fletch's veteran awareness is what's going to keep him in this ring. So the question we have to beg ourselves here is, will the veteran savvy of Fletch come out on top, or will the young stud Captinlaw come through with his physical capabilities?
And speaking of physical capabilities, a giant spine buster there.
Very well done there by Captinlaw. He needs to make sure he's keeping on Fletch, though, because if Fletch takes control one more time, I don't think Captinlaw can come back from that.
Not at all. And it looks as if Law might be setting Fletch up here for the patented Deadeye. Can he follow through with the Mach 5 there? And if he can get the pinfall off of that, I mean, I'd be genuinely surprised. And there's the rope break so close that we got to see it a second time here. And I mean,
he gets all that into Fletch's face. But again, the veteran savvy, knowing where he is in the ring, he makes sure to grab the ropes. Even if he can't get his shoulders up, just the ropes are enough to keep him alive in this match.
For True City, I mean, we call Ref Festus the blindest ref in the West, but he saw that rope break clean as day.
Now, Mags, we have to call it down the middle, just like Ref Festus has to call it down the middle. He's doing everything he can. I don't think you understand the kind of pressure you put on the Ref Festus.
Oh, 187! And Josh Fletch goes in for the cover, and he gets it!
Oh no.
That means Fletch gets to enter last in the reach for the opportunity. It's a 15-man rumble in the main event, and we now know the final entrant is going to be the main attraction.
That spells disaster for the other competitors. You've seen what he did to Captinlaw right there, and I bet he's waiting to dish out some more later on tonight.
Well, speaking on later on tonight, the Rumble later, but we're going to show you what our cameras caught before the show with Ref Festus right there.
Preach of hatred and hunger makes me like that's on fire. Your word means nothing. Judges like you stand almost afraid.
Hey, CBW, it's Ref Festus here. And I'm about looking for El Luchadoro Gordo. Some of you might have already guessed why I'm looking for him, because he's got that Wild West 24/7 championship, and I want it back. And I got a tip he was in this area. It's not surprising. There's lots of food stores, chocolate shops, and fine Mexican cuisine, things that Gordo would all enjoy. I even saw a taco truck, and I went to the proprietors, asked them if they'd seen him. He said, yeah, I saw a guy that matched that description. He's over there. And I went over to this guy. He's eating a burrito, but it wasn't you. So I found one final spot. And I think if you're anywhere, you'll be here because you love your candy. Hello. Looking for a fat luchador. Looking for a fat luchador. Well, you don't appear to be here. But Walking around this place has given me a fabulous idea. So, I really want you to pay attention, Gordo, because I'm talking directly to you. I'm going to be at Flirting with Disaster. And I hope you're going to be there too, because I'm challenging you to a match for that Wild West 24/7 championship. A Pinata Paradigm match. I await your response. The rest of you, I'll see you at Flirting with Disaster. Gordo, I'm hoping I'll see you there too.
And
Next match is scheduled for
what
fall.
news from
Introducing first.
Ref Festus? He challenged Gordo to a Pinata Paradigm match. I don't know about you, Willie, but I've never heard of a Pinata Paradigm match.
I've never heard of a Pinata Paradigmic what the fuck ever match in my whole life. But, you know, there's a lot of things that Mr. Pinata Man has done that I've made flipping about. But as we see coming to the ring, the team of Minute, Eclipse&Monoxyde, both of them having their own issues with each other, but coming together as a team, a formidable tandem in the ring.
And, I mean, we've seen the combination of these two over in Omega Michigan Wrestling, which is where they've been rivals for the most part at. Some MBW stuff too, but Eclipse, the current OMW champion, Universal Champion, bringing that belt out with him. The dynamic of these two is going to be weird, seeing if they can get along enough to actually be a team. Unlike the team that's joining us now, who are well-traveled as a tag team with each other. Sure, they've had their issues in the past, but these two have been a team all over the place. They go by the Nitro Kingdom here, Mikey Nitro and Prince AHM. And you gotta wonder how this dynamic's gonna work, because I mean, in this triple threat tag team match, not only is it a triple threat match, so it's no DQ, but you don't have to tag in your own tag team partner. You can tag in anybody you want.
And that may come into play because, you know, in singles competitions, you only have to worry about the psyche, the mentality of your opponent. But here, you not only have to worry about your opponent's psyche, but your own teammate's psyche. And it looks like Team Nitro has the advantage over Team Minute, because I feel like Team Minute may get in each other's way at times, if not actually in each other's way if they're both in the ring at the same time.
I mean, you're right there. I mean, especially with the ability to tag in anybody you want. We could see the Nitro Kingdom going head-to-head with each other in this match, which, I mean, speaking of going head-to-head with one another, these two here, Jake Miller and Devilslayer, a formidable team from NGJPW out in Illinois. I mean, they're definitely no stranger to facing each other, though, but Jake Miller, the father of Devilslayer in the lore of the Miller family. And I compare these two to kind of Kane and Undertaker. They have their problems, but at the end of the day, family fights, but you always get together at the end of the day. So the father and son connection looking tonight to walk away with a dub, but mind you, this isn't Devilslayer's only match. We know he's going to be in the reach for the Opportunity Rumble, but later on tonight in our co-main event, it's been established that Devilslayer will contend for the NGJPW World Heavyweight Championship in a one-on-one against Division Nick.
So not one, not two, but 3 matches tonight that Devilslayer will be in. So you may wonder, will he save some of his energy here in this match and let Jake Miller do all of the wrestling for him?
It would definitely be a smart tactic, as these guys started with rock, paper, scissors trying to figure out who was going in and who was going out, but the Nitro Kingdom just said screw it and went directly after the father-son connection, and it appears as if we're going to be starting this match with Mikey Nitro and Devilslayer, which may not be the smartest thing for Devilslayer going through this night.
It will definitely not. We'll see if Devilslayer will try his best to get out of this situation as he rolls away from that big splash. Very smart move by Devilslayer. But if I were him, I would be tagging out, trying to save that energy for his title shot later tonight, and maybe walking away from that Rumble.
I mean, speaking of title shots, he may walk away tonight with 3 championships. I mean, he's the current NGJPW Hardcore champion, and he's facing Division Nick for the world title later tonight. He could walk out with the NGJPW world title and then go through the Rumble and walk away with the Critical Heavyweight Championship from here in CBW. As now Prince AHM comes in, and Devilslayer's just not had anything at the start of this match.
His opponents have made sure to keep him out. Prince AHM and Mikey Nitro, you can see the styles are very similar. Good suplex right there. But you can see they like to stay on their opponent. Do not let him get back up. As you see some interference from the outside.
And Eclipse distracting Prince AHM just enough for Jake Miller to get the tag on Devilslayer and come in and rock Prince AHM's world with a stiff shot right to the jaw and follows it through with the headlock. But beautiful takeover there by Prince AHM, and this is a bad situation. Prince AHM with a suicide dive. Holy shit, I want to see a replay on that. I mean, we've only ever seen that maybe once or twice here in CBW. So, there's our replay. Get to see it one more time. Beautiful form on it, too.
Beautiful form, and right in front of our camera. I'm surprised he didn't get taken out by that suicide dive.
I mean, he'd have had to pay the fine for taking out, but he throws Jake Miller right into the post. He'd have had to pay the fine for taking out the cameraman.
As we're switching... What is going on? Why isn't Ref Festus taking back control? Why is Mikey Nitro in the ring currently? He has not been tagged in, considering his partner was on the outside.
And you're right. I mean, but everybody can tag in everybody. I feel like maybe there was a blind tag we didn't see. Maybe Nitro tagged in when AHM ran against the ropes for the suicide dive, and we just didn't catch it, but maybe Ref Festus did. But nonetheless, we have Monoxyde in the ring now with Jake Miller. And that Monoxyde's one crazy psycho mofo.
They both look pretty crazy to me in there. I wouldn't want to be in there with any of them, personally. But you kind of see that both of those tag teams have the same dynamic as a stiff kick right to the jaw.
And, I mean, you see the dynamic on the outside as it looks like Monoxyde was going to do something on the outside, but there's too much going on here. It's so hard to follow. But the two in the ring are the legal competitors. Those are the ones that get the pinfall or the submission.
That may be the case, but Ref Festus needs to strike order in this match, or else he's going to be in a real bad predicament when he's lost, when all this comes to. It just comes down to.
Comes to pass.
Yeah, it comes to pass. That's what I'm looking for.
And Jake Miller with those big jabs on Monoxyde there whips him off the ropes and a big clothesline.
As another person interrupting the match, but maybe he did get a tag in when he hit the ropes.
And I believe there's a lot of blind tags going on as a jackhammer. You don't see that very often here in the yard.
You don't, but it looks like it was executed beautifully. Well, there's another tag.
We saw that one.
Well, yeah, I thought that maybe those... Didn't see it, but it's just chaos. It's just a lot of chaos. Why can't Festus get some order in this freaking ring?
It's all over the place. You got Eclipse laying into the Nitro Kingdom here, and Monoxyde helping his partner out there, trying to hold Blackheart off against the ropes, and you heard someone out in the crowd tell Festus to get some order in, 2 in, everybody else out. There can only be 2 people in the ring at a time, 2 people legal, as Eclipse with a giant leg drop there onto Prince AHM.
As we do get our first count of the night, and it only ends at 2. Please, God, my sanity, please let this match end, or Ref Festus establish some kind of order tonight.
It seems as if Festus has managed to at least regain the composure of the competitors as he picks Prince AHM up. AHM trying to get out of the situation here and turns it into a rear naked choke. If he could fall back and lock it in, that could be it. And there it is. He has that locked in deep, Willie.
And I don't see how he's going to get out of that right now, but he is reaching for the ropes. Maybe someone can get a tag. Maybe he'll tap out. Who knows? It makes me wonder.
And speaking of wondering, Wonder Willie, why did Festus break up that with a rope break? This is no DQ, it's triple threat rules.
See, this is what I was talking about earlier with all the confusion and ruckus on the outside. Even Ref Festus doesn't know what's going on right now. But I cannot find it in myself to blame him. It is these competitors who cannot follow the rules that are established in this match.
I mean, even if it wasn't no DQ, that knee brutalized Eclipse right there. Clipped him right on the side of the dome with that jumping knee strike. But Eclipse able to come back with a side slam.
Great side slam and a hip up from him to get the tag out. We'll see what he's leaning into. He's going to the top and a nice splash.
I think he was going for the elbow drop, but I think Mikey Nitro had it scouted just enough to try to roll, but Monoxyde was still able to get it in as he's now laying in shots, really wrenching the neck there of Mikey Nitro. Nitro just able to get to the ropes. I guess rope breaks count in this match.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on here.
There's a lot of things going on here.
And I'm not sure if Ref Festus knows. I mean, in all of his years roaming with the dinosaurs and roaming the earth, I don't think he's ever, and I mean ever, had to call this hectic or chaotic of a match as Prince AHM tried to get in there and help Mikey Nitro, but Monoxyde was able to catch him with an enziguri there.
You know, Max, I don't know if I can continue commentating this match any further because I'm just as lost as Ref Festus is right now.
Beautiful, nasty-looking draping DDT.
I will give him that. That was a beautifully nasty-looking draped DDT, and Ref Festus is just trying his best to get the count in fast enough for him.
You may be lost in this match, but I think he's lost in the sauce after that one. and he's trying to come back here as Mimic, both in the ring, were able to get the tag to one another, and Mikey Nitro about to take a blue thunder bomb.
That's the thunder ringing in his ears, but he managed to get the 1, the 2, but not to the 3. And I did not see a tag, but there may have been one off camera.
I caught that tag over here at the commentary booth. Prince AHM, legal man against Eclipse here. And he has Eclipse for a nasty looking power bomb. Eclipse landed weird on that, could have messed up the shoulder on that power bomb there. And I don't think Eclipse had that one scouted. Eclipse just barely gets the tag, but I don't think Prince AHM caught it as he still eats a super kick. Devilslayer now in, and we're lost here on commentary. We do not know how to call this, what to do. I mean, you see Devilslayer in the ring doing something to Prince AHM, but I don't even know anymore.
It looks like
technical prowess here, Matt Wrestling.
Very, very technical, but I don't think this is where you pull out Matt Wrestling. I don't think he should be in there, and I think he should be resting up for the matches later where he can focus on one opponent.
And not 72 others, even though he's going to have to do that in the Rumble anyway. As he throws AHM into the corner, but he throws AHM into the corner of his own partner, and it cost him. Mikey Nitro grabbed the tag, and AHM slipped out of the ring before the drop kick could connect. And now Mikey Nitro gets in just to tag in Monoxyde and get right back out. You got to wonder if that's smart strategic planning, though. Mikey Nitro letting everybody else do all the work while he stays on the outside and observes and saves his energy.
You may be right on that, partner, but it cost him the end because he's getting hit.
Monoxyde laying everybody out, but eats a drop kick. I am all over the place with this match. I don't know who to root for. I don't know who to boo. I don't know who to cheer. It's just everybody going in on everybody, and a big knee there as he throws Devilslayer into his corner. Could see some tag team stuff there. No, Devilslayer able to move out of the way.
He's not taking advantage of the fact that his opponent's stuck in the corner. Now he does it, slamming his head. Maybe we'll get a tag in here. Maybe we'll see the two of them do a tag team move as he moves him away from the corner.
And a big side Russian leg sweep there. Goes for the pin. And only a 2 count there. Near fall. Devilslayer's got to get out of here, man. Especially if he wants to have any kind of energy for later in the night.
That is very true, as we see
Mikey Nitro and just gut checks him right there with a knee. And it looks like he's doing it again. Comes in just to tag right back out.
That may be smart planning in the end, because it pushed him to... Very good leg drop right there by
Monoxyde. I realize it's hard to keep track of all these people, face paint, masks. It's hard to keep track of these people, man.
Why can't we be like the good old days where it was just a little bit of face paint and a really bad attitude?
Sting. That was a sting. And a big single leg recoil there. And Devilslayer tagged in Eclipse. We've got a tag team in the ring. We called that it might happen.
And let's see how they react to each other. Will one of them tag out, or maybe will one of them just eat it and get eliminated?
I mean, they're brawling with one another. Not an elimination match. First pinfall gets the victory, but these two tag team partners go at it with a double clothesline. Both men down. Monoxyde getting the upper hand on it, laying into his tag team partner, and tosses Eclipse out of the ring.
Yeah, they should have taken advantage of the opportunity that they could have won if one of them could just swallow their ego. But no, they take it to the outside and nice slam onto the side spear. What else could be in the works for the fall apart of tag team Mimic as he chucks a chair at him in the entranceway?
We heard the ding on that.
And there's more chaos in the ring as the two legal men leave.
And I just heard Festus confirm that Mimic is eliminated from the match due to their just departure from the arena, and a big Michinoku driver TKO same time in unison from the Nitro Kingdom. This could be the opening the Nitro Kingdom needs to get the victory as they look to hit him with that big finish. The call for off with his head, and oh my god!
Poor Jake Miller ate that wholeheartedly, and that was no family dinner that he wanted to take in.
I mean, you want to talk about awkward dinners. The ride home for Mimic after this is going to be real awkward, but we get to see a replay of that beautiful finish. I think they call it off with his head.
And they definitely did take his head off there.
Just nasty, able to get the 1, 2, 3 though, so I guess no matter how nasty it is genuinely effective.
But as we see Team Nitro walking away with the victory, and I guess Mikey Nitro's strategy of come in, hit a move, tag, get out, pays off with the victory.
Strategic, smart play there, and ladies and gentlemen, there is so much more to come here tonight at Hard Reset. We've got that NGJPW World Title co-main event, followed up by the Rumble for the vacant Critical Heavyweight Championship, the first ever reach for the opportunity. So stay tuned for what is sure to be a banger rest of the year.
Exes heading out the back with the broomsticks. Got green glow coming out my briefcase. Yeah, I'm here to spend it all, ain't no cheapskate. Yeah, it's Friday night, going out to celebrate. Gotta stack a little later after cellophane. With my big chainsaw, cause I'ma just do whatever I want. I say I'm crazy, I feel amazing. What the fuck, don't nothing faze me. Red lights flashing while we dance. We're gonna end the night in an ambulance. We're gonna end the night, we're gonna end the night. We're gonna end the night in an ambulance. We're gonna end the night, we're gonna end the night. We're gonna end the night in an ambulance.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, before we can get to that main event or the co-main event, we have yet another title match here tonight for the Unified United States Championship, UAW CBW. Originally was held by Kurt Adams. That man held the title for 2 years until he went into a ladder match against this man, David Bruce.
Does that say he's accompanied by finger? I think he's accompanied by 10. And I think his buddy brings another 10 to the table.
Yes, indeed, that did say Finger. That is the big guy's name. His name is Finger. He's a former backstage interviewer as well as occasional referee.
Oh, you wonder if he's going to have anything to do with this match tonight, or did they bring another referee in?
Get out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, I, David Bruce, am the new United States champion. You know what? Kurt Adams, I bet you're still hurting back there, aren't you? Huh? I am on such a high from beating your ass in that ladder match. As a matter of fact, I am on such an incredible high right now. I will have a U.S. Open challenge to anyone in the back who wants to come out and fight for the U.S. title. Who wants it? Huh?
And the gauntlet's been laid out, and I recognize this music. It's the music of a wrestler from Skullbuster Wrestling out there in South Dakota, where this match was filmed out there at the SBW Arena. It's SBW's greatest high flyer, and if you thought Finger was a funny name, get ready for this one. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the music of SBW's greatest high flyer, Mr. Sore.
I didn't know my god of syphilades created a wrestling character. How did he personify himself? Why does he look like my god of syphilades?
I assume he goes by Mr. Sore because he soars through the sky over in SBW.
Oh, soar. That's right. I forgot there's another spelling.
S-O-A-R, not S-O-R-E.
Ah, darn. I had high hopes. Like, he will be hoping to fly high tonight.
I mean, with a big man like David Bruce, he may fly high, straight back down to the ground.
Sometimes that's just as God intended. But we just want to see this match get underway as he did. Mr. Finger calls for the bell.
And yeah, I guess Finger's playing referee and manager here tonight.
And you wonder if that's going to cost Mr. Sore the match.
Well, I think what's going to cost Mr. Sore the match is getting thrown down to the ground like that by David Bruce. I mean, David Bruce is built like a brick shithouse without the shit and a lot of extra brick. That man is stocky, massive, and he throws the line. Mr. Sore ducking the line. Ducks it again.
Now, it looks like Mr. Sore's making your commentary sound like all the shit that David Bruce is missing in his brick shithouse. But, what do we got here? David Bruce catches him. Nice power bomb, taking the Sore out of Mr. Sore.
Clipped the wings, per se. And David Bruce continues to just play with Mr. Sore as he picks the limp body of Mr. Sore back to his feet. I mean, he bullies him by pantsing the man.
I have never once in my life seen this kind of disgraceful wrestling in my presence. I wish for all the best of Mr. Sore, but this match needs to end right now. His manager needs to call it as he hits a wonderful suplex with the man's pants down. Please, dear God, get this man out of the match. Pin him, dear God.
I mean, he hits the patented jackhammer right there, but he usually follows that up with a spear like his favorite wrestler, apparently, Bill Goldberg. And David Bruce calling for the spear. Mr. Sore doesn't know what to do with himself as his jolly jollies may be hanging out the front there. And a very nasty, grimy-looking spear. I don't think Mr. Sore could quite slide the way he should have on that with the pants around his ankles.
Nasty and grimy is how I describe my Mr. Sore, but I guess that's how you could describe what here, as David Bruce just needs to put an end to this match, this bullying, this disgraceful act of wrestling as we see another spear. Mr. Finger should call the match. It is David Bruce's win.
I mean, give it up at this point. He's 2 spears in and he wants a third. He's just bullying this man. He's playing with his food here, and I should be careful saying that. I don't know how old Mr. Sore actually is. And a third spear there. I mean, I'm not a big fan of David Bruce's MO here, but you got to kind of feel for Mr. Sore here. and just the cocky foot pin.
And Mr. Finger doesn't even go to the ground to count the pin. He just claps his hand 3 times. I knew it. I knew that Mr. Finger was dirty. He is a butthole finger.
Finger, I hardly know her. And like, speaking of hardly know her, David Bruce doesn't know why Finger is with him. Like
that is true. Why are they standing over this pantsless man as we get a nice handshake of the 2 cheaters, the dirty butthole Finger and David I pantsed him Bruce?
And I mean, speaking of not knowing how he got each other, Finger saying that GM Phoenix is gone and he's there to stay, which means he's a member of the Lost now. And I guess that bodes well for the Lost having an official on your side. But ladies and gentlemen, what a weird match, and we'll see you in the next one, I guess. Like,
tell me, Mike.
He beat me. So he beat me. Okay. This isn't the end of the road, folks. This isn't. I'm still going to be in the Rumble, and I still plan on walking out victorious and winning the Critical Heavyweight Championship. Sure, I might not enter at number 30 or 15 or 20 or 12 or whatever the last number may be, but I know that I will walk out victorious, whether I come out at number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5, 6, 7, no matter what number it is, everybody else over the top rope. I will be your new pinnacle of critical.
and folks, it's co-main event time after that promo from Law saying that despite Fletch getting the better of him, he was still going to be in the Rumble tonight. As you saw him in his street clothes, I wonder if he's actually medically cleared to be in the Rumble. I guess we'll find out later.
He's a hard kid. I believe he will be there, and he wants to get back at Fletch later tonight and steal that victory away from him.
You're right there, but speaking of stealing away victories and Law, I mean, Law stole the hardcore title from this man on the final episode of NJPW Friday Night Brawl, but Devilslayer was able to regain it as he walks into this co-main event here at Hard Reset tonight, your current hardcore champion for NJPW, and he looks to walk away with at least a second belt here tonight.
You wonder how much that first 6-man tag match weighed on him, as he was put into that match a lot more than I would have wanted him to be for this match.
You're right. He was very involved in that match, so you got to wonder if maybe that gives the Seeker an inevitable edge. He's definitely going to be able to pick apart the much more exhausted opponent of Devilslayer. I mean, Devilslayer is practically running a gauntlet match tonight.
That is very true, and you can't do that against your NJPW World Champion. Is that Division Nick?
Yes, the Seeker, Division Nick.
Well, I should teach him a little bit about science here, because he wants to wear. Is that leg map? I'm going to teach you a little bit about science. Your cells, they divide. They divide, and that's what makes about it. I am going to call him Mitosis Nick.
He has a powerhouse. I wonder if he's the powerhouse of the cell.
That is the mitochondria.
I didn't pass science there. I passed geometry. But anyway, so I know the math of all this, and you got one exhausted opponent versus one fresh opponent. Doesn't equal good chances for Devilslayer.
Something just doesn't add up here, and I'm guessing the one who won't add up is Devilslayer, as I think Division, oh my god, Mitosis Nick will walk out with his belt.
And you may be correct there. I mean, like I said, this is a fresh challenger versus an exhausted opponent, but you see Devilslayer's got some fight in him. I mean, Devilslayer's no stranger to facing multiple opponents in one night. I mean, at the last episode of Friday Night Brawl, he went into a match to open the show, lost the hardcore title, and then went into the main event to win the hardcore title back against Captinlaw. So you got to think that maybe that energy might just be enough to get the win over Division Nick, but these two are no stranger to one another, come up together over in NJPW, and match starts with a lockup. Division Nick quite the technical athlete in the ring.
You can tell that there. You can see how hard he's flexing the muscles into that headlock as they reverse it into. See what he's going for here. Another wraparound.
Got him in the waist lock. Devilslayer trying to break out of it and gets him in one of his own. Now, Devilslayer is a mat-based technician, much like Division Nick. He's got that collegiate wrestling background over Division Nick, so you may not want to get too technical with him because it may come back to bite you in the ass.
And it looks like Devilslayer taunting Mitosis Nick into a hand lock here, and we'll see who will come out best in this test of strength. And I gotta say, from what I can see, Division Nick is looking bigger and beefier than Devilslayer, especially after that exhausting 6-man tag.
You're right there, and I mean, in the build-up to Hard Reset, we saw Division Nick posting a bunch of selfies, hitting the gym, training, and a beautiful drop kick there after the float over sends Division Nick into the corner. Devilslayer with more energy than I would have after a single match.
Definitely more energy than I have commentating this match after that 6-man tag, as we see a couple of right hooks to Devilslayer's face as he gets him in the corner. And a reverse Irish whip. Mitosis Nick is in trouble as Devilslayer keeps in control.
You know, you can just call him the Seeker. You don't have to do the mitosis thing.
It's Mitosis Nick.
Oh, Mitosis Nick saw that one coming.
Yeah, and he split.
Just like the cells, and now he's trying to split Devilslayer open with those shots straight to the head, kicks and knees, picking up Devilslayer. These two know each other so well. You gotta wonder if they're gonna try and pull some of the same old tactics or some new stuff out of the bag. As a beautiful submission hold here, Division Nick may get the tap out victory, and if Devilslayer was smart, he may just take the tap out and save his energy for the Rumble, because you never know what number you're going to come in.
That is very true. That is very true. But it looks like he's fighting out of it because he doesn't want one. He doesn't want just two. He wants to walk away with all 3 championships in one night. He wants the Triple Crown, and I'm guessing that's what the motivation is. That's what's keeping him going through these matches.
I mean, he's got more energy than I do. I've got about as much energy as a crank car in the 80s. But Devilslayer able to flow out of that submission hold beautifully and inflict one of his own, as now he's just dropping shots on the limbs of Division Nick, and now getting his opponent up, and big slap to the face, just kind of disrespectful.
If I was Devilslayer, I would have kept Mitosis Nick on the ground, keep grounding and pounding, wasting away at his energy. He can't beat you in the energy department if he has 0 energy left from not being able to get up for half the match. But as you can see, Mitosis Nick, beautiful takedown right there, as he's going to try to wear away at the rest of whatever Devilslayer has left in his tank.
And we talk about the mat-based technical ability of both of these men, as we see Devilslayer able to get out of that headlock takeover position there and into a almost reverse choke of his own, as Division Nick trying to reach for the ropes. Ref Festus says he doesn't want to give up, and Division Nick, what strength.
Now, that is the heart of a champion. I will give it to Mitosis Nick. His sales are going through Mitosis at twice the rate right now, just to put his opponent down in the ground.
Hey, I got a joke for you. What does the brother cell say to the sister cell when she stepped on his toes?
I don't want to answer that.
Mitosis!
Okay. As we watch Mitosis Nick get his head bashed into the mat, as Devilslayer needs to keep on him as he is, and we'll see what he's going for right here. A nice suplex right there, as he should just keep on him. You don't want to pick him up. You want to keep him in the mat where you're comfortable.
And it looks like he might have been trying to translate it into a 3 Amigos. If he hits a 3rd suplex, he's crowned the 3 Amigos here. And
he breaks away for it for knees to the head. I don't know if that's the route you want to take. He should stay on him.
He doesn't want to give Division Nick a chance here. Any burst of momentum, and right there it is. But Division Nick you talk about having a lack of energy. Didn't have enough energy to capitalize on that kip up. Devilslayer stupid enough to give him an opening, and Division Nick tried to take it but couldn't get back up to his feet on that kip up. And now Devilslayer trying to throw shots in the corner, but looks like Division Nick raked the eyes. We got Sideshow Bob here going after Devilslayer hard and heavy, and a nod to Fierce Danger there with the rolling elbow there, and he follows it up with a nasty curb stomp.
I think that might be it for him. Oh no! No. The Devilslayer kicking out of, as we get a replay here, of that gnarly curb stomp into the mat. How much more do you think Devilslayer can take of this brutal beating from Mitosis Nick before he can not only lose this championship, but lose his spot in the Rumble from exhaustion and injury?
I'd have already been out of this match, but look, Devilslayer now has Division Nick. Nick went for some kind of clothesline. Devilslayer was able to catch him. Looks like he might have been going for the third suplex, struggling for control here. Looks for the cradle suplex. That could be it. He finished Captinlaw with that through a ladder, but Division Nick able to just barely kick out. Devilslayer telling him that never doubt him, never doubt that he can get at least a 2 count, never doubt that he can keep you down. These two know each other so well. The storied history between these two is long and fruitful. Many battles, both men coming out on top of one another at separate occasions, but you got to think Devilslayer's got the heart here tonight, the passion, but does he have the energy to keep going as he's trading shots with Division Nick?
I don't think this is in a position he wants to be in, but it is a position to get into his opponent's head. If his opponent can't utilize the fact that he didn't have to go through another whole match, does he really deserve to be a champion here tonight?
And I don't know if he deserves to be a champion or if he's just going to fight as hard as he can to keep that championship. But we go back to the technical aspect of it. Devilslayer was able to pick the ankle of the champion. It seems like everything that Division Nick has had so far, Devilslayer has kind of had it scouted, but is Ref Festus just going to let this go? He's choking the man in the corner.
And I was just about to compliment Ref Festus on that comeback from the misery. That was the 6-man tag and his calling in that. But he's letting the wrestlers get out of control again, and that may cost Devilslayer the match.
You're right. I mean, Festus may not remember that now CBW actually follows typical wrestling rules, because originally when CBW first became critical, it still adapted the chaos policy where it didn't have rules. The only thing you counted was rope breaks and pinfalls and tap outs. But these two, again, have everything that each other is doing is scouted, and Ref Festus keeping an eye on it as Division Nick whips Devilslayer, but Devilslayer able to reverse. And again, Devilslayer had what Nick was looking for scouted.
Two great competitors in the ring, knowing each other very well, as Mitosis Nick with a great takedown there, utilizing his speed and strength over Devilslayer, as Devilslayer gets the rope break there and Ref Festus sees it.
Indeed, Ref Festus stopping that pinfall attempt from Division Nick there. And Nick has to do something here to put away Devilslayer, because I don't think Devilslayer's got enough heart left, enough energy left to keep fighting. All he's got to do is hit that, and he's looking for it, a scoop slam right there. If he can hit that patented tombstone pile driver, if he can hit the you're dead, that may be it.
And I think this match has worn out Mitosis Nick more than we might have realized, and even he might have realized, because Devilslayer has been keeping up with him this whole time, and it looks like it's been taking the toll on Mitosis Nick as he's looking for something here.
Looking for that choke slam. Division Nick had it scouted and couldn't hit it, because Devilslayer was able to catch him with almost a Luthez spine buster of sorts. Devilslayer tends to have some very unorthodox offense, but it does the job. And now he's trying to pick up Division Nick for some move. Has him on his shoulders here. Could be looking to hit him with an attitude adjustment right there. Almost a Michinoku driver if he'd have sat out with it instead of going to his knees.
And as you can see right here, it still is not enough to put down Mitosis Nick as we see the replay. It is a beautiful attitude adjustment, just not enough. It's not enough to put the champion away right now, and so he's gonna have to search a little bit deeper. Well, yeah, you know, get a little bit stronger, a little bit faster. He has to do all these things to beat out the champion because, you know, that's what the heart of a champion is all about. You just have to be more.
Speaking of being more, Devilslayer doing more beautiful stuff in the corner with a beautiful combo followed by a dropkick, all because Division Nick tried to taunt to the camera and talk to his fans. When you're in this high impact, high energy, high stakes of a match, you cannot let the little distractions, the ego get the better of you. But Division Nick now with Devilslayer in a full Nelson, and this could be Ref Festus trying to get a good view of it, but oh! And the referee takes a hit there. And what's going on? Devilslayer now looking for something on Division Nick. Has him up, and a beautiful atomic drop, but I think he got all of that right in the nards.
I think he's going to need more than Mitosis to repair his nuts there. As Ref Festus looks to be dazed, but he is still standing, just like Devilslayer. Someone who I didn't think would still be standing this far in the match has kept at it, and he is keeping pace with Mitosis Nick.
Devilslayer got the revenge from a couple months ago when after a match, Division Nick did the same thing to him, a shot straight to the groin. And Devilslayer's done everything he can to try and win this match, but Division Nick catches him with a clothesline, trying to take control and keep control. And as he picks back Devilslayer, and another clothesline right there, and the straps are coming down, ladies and gentlemen. This is the call. Division Nick calling for the end here.
But the question is, will it really be the end? Is this the end of the run of Devilslayer? Is this the end of the run of potentially 3 championships tonight?
And he has him in position for the "you're dead" after the tombstone crosses the arms. And that could be it, ladies and gentlemen, as the referee counts 3. Division Nick able to retain, and not gonna lie to you, Willie, I was really pulling for Devilslayer in that match. I mean, the man has the heart and the energy of a world champion, but just not able to get the job done. And you gotta wonder though how this match alone is going to affect these two going into the Reach for the Opportunity Rumble, as we know both of these men are participants in that.
But as you can see, the damage has been done to Devilslayer. That is one less championship for the night. As some last second words from Mitosis Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, only thing left is the main event.
Welcome everyone to the new year. It's glad to have y'all back. You already know who I am, the iconic Chase Sullivan, the CBW General Manager. And with that being said, let's go ahead and announce something. The Reach for the Opportunity Rumble. And that's going to happen right now.
The following match is a Reach for the Opportunity Battle Royal, where the winner will become the new Critical Wrestling Champion. Entering at number 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, Reach for the Opportunity Rumble time winner, winning the vacant Critical Heavyweight Championship after Jake Howell vacated it due to a knee injury. And number 1 is El Luchadoro Gordo, the 24/7 Wild West Champion. I mean, Ref Festus couldn't find him earlier before the show, and this may be why, because he was getting ready to be number 1 in the first ever Reach for the Opportunity Rumble.
As you can see clearly here, we are missing another important figure in this ring. I do not see Ref Festus anywhere to be found, as El Luchadoro doing something close to dancing.
And doing the lucha dances. And you're right, there is no Ref Festus. Ref Festus, we know he's going to be a participant in this Rumble. But is that going to come back to bite Gordo in the ass? We have referee Terry on the outside holding the critical heavyweight title, doing the official duties, as number 2 is making us wait. Number 2 is making us wait.
And you know how much I like waiting. I don't like waiting. You saw how I was during that 6-man tag match.
Yeah, I did for sure, Wonder Willie.
Sure makes me wonder why I am here.
And it sounds like we finally hear the music. And folks, if you don't know who this is,
I sure don't.
This is the matchmaker JX. He's an amazing superstar, traveled NBW, OMW. I mean, he was a former OMW United States champion, and he looks tonight to walk out as CBW critical heavyweight champion.
So if he's the matchmaker, right? That's his name, right? The matchmaker?
Yeah, the matchmaker.
So that means he can find some ladies?
You know what?
I think you need to talk to him about that. But I know one thing, his parents sure weren't the name makers. What the hell's a JX?
Joe Exotic.
Fucking Carol Baskins. And that's what El Luchadoro reminds me of right here.
He's trying to get JX to do the lucha dances as this rumble gets underway.
He deserved that. He deserved that too.
And JX.
He deserved that. I don't like El Luchadoro.
Gordo does not get enough love, okay? As JX
As
lays the shots in on him.
He should be beating him down as he is now. I think he should be doing more. He should hang that man from the ceiling like a piñata, like we will see from Ref Festus and El Luchadoro here in a few weeks.
Indeed, at Flirting with Disaster, our next Super Show, as Gordo busts out a shoulder tackle on JX and does some lucha dances, runs into the corner, and a big backsplash there. Gordo loved having a good time. You can tell he's having a good time. Went for it again.
I'm not having a good time because El Luchadoro has offense as we're back to having a good time as JX putting the pound on him.
And a big pull-out cutter there. I mean, he's put people away with that move.
Beautiful, as he should. Get that man out of here.
He's trying to lift the Gordo. He's not called Gordo for no reason, folks. He is a big guy. Gordo means fat in Spanish, for those of you who don't know. I've seen Gordo around the locker room without his shirt on when he's getting dressed, and it scares the children. So he's trying to lift the dead weight.
Why are you letting that man near children?
Birthday parties, man. Birthday parties. And he's trying to lift the dead weight of Gordo over the rope. Gordo freaking himself back to life here. Claps JX just enough on the ear there to keep himself in the ring, but JX not letting it phase him for long.
I think I know what will get Gordo out of there. If you throw a piece of candy over the side.
That may be the key.
That will be the key. I think I know what I know.
Wait. Number 3. It's Ref Festus.
Oh, Ref Festus without the sleeves?
Ref Festus going a little grungy here. Gordo going for a hug on Festus. Are we going to get the embrace? Festus with the turn.
Ref Festus is my new favorite to win this match, only because he got that piece of shit Gordo out of the ring, but he has a higher challenge to come over, as JX is an actual competitor and not a referee like Ref Festus.
And JX talking smack while he does it. I mean, he considers this disrespect, facing a referee, as he drops the knee right onto the shoulder there of Ref Festus.
I think he needs to show a little bit more respect to our background crew, whether it be referee, announcer, or just a general manager.
Festus is hulking up. He's reffing up, ladies and gentlemen, as JX picks him up in a side headlock. Festus able to get out of it. Can he hit the pinfall? He drops JX with the pinfall. Not to be confused by pinning JX. This isn't a pinfall match.
You could have fooled me there. It's only a rumble, pal.
I mean, you can't get it confused. Some places do pinfall rumbles. I've seen them. I've commentated them as Festus does the Hulk Hogan leg drop off the ropes. I mean, Festus was roaming the earth before Hulk Hogan was a glimmer in his daddy's nutsack. So you got to think, Ref Festus being a referee, maybe he's absorbed that knowledge from being a wrestler, but JX.
Oh, it looks like all that knowledge still got him folded Why is JX working on Ref Festus? He is not a true competitor. He needs to get him just out of the ring.
Oh!
Just disrespecting the ref. And you wonder if future matches, can that come back to hurt him as Ref Festus looks the other way?
You're right. I mean, he's still an official. Now, granted, he's an official that officially entered himself into this match, so there's no fines incurred for beating up a referee. And JX just working on the brittle body of Ref Festus. This man is older than the dirt that the foundation of this building was made of.
Ref Festus watched the Father and Mother of Jesus Christ have sex, for heaven's sakes. He has been there since the beginning of time, and you're just beating up a god by this point. And god damn it, Ref Festus with some offense in with an awesome clothesline.
Speaking of offense coming in, don't sleep on Mikey Nitro coming in after the victory earlier in the night in that hectic triple threat tag team match. You got to think maybe he's going to come in here and get another victory.
Well, it looks like he's already abandoned the original strategy, which I think worked a lot better than people realized, which was staying out of the way, getting right out of the match. As he should just disappear for half the match, and then maybe come back.
Well, speaking of comeback, he brought the cannonball back right there on JX. And he's not focusing on Festus, which may be a mistake. He could get Festus out of this match. I feel like Festus could get out really quick. All it takes is one really big gust of wind and blow the brittle dust of a bone that Festus has out of the ring.
I think you're beating a dead horse with the fact that Festus, well, all that elderly knowledge will potentially help him win this match. As you see, a true competitor like JX still hasn't taken him out of the match yet. And you wonder if that'll come back to bite him here soon.
Speaking of coming back to bite him, Mikey Nitro falling for one of the oldest tricks in the book, a fake out right there from JX as JX drops the knees right onto the back in the corner there of Mikey Nitro. And Festus looking like he's officiating the match, just sauntering around in the background. Looks like he might try and help JX get Nitro out of this match. Nitro coming in at number 4 out of 15 here, fighting back JX and Festus.
And you wonder if that ref... I stand corrected. He gets super kicked in the face. And you watch Mikey Nitro continue to work on JX, and I still don't know why Ref Festus is in this match.
I mean, Festus is holding in there. Wouldn't it be one of the weirdest things in the world? We've had Jason X as Critical Heavyweight Champion, but wouldn't it be weird if Ref Festus, of all people, walked away as the Critical Heavyweight Champion?
No, I believe it. Anyways, back to the match. We get potentially a new contestant in the match.
Our next entrant is the Antichrist himself, your BCW Anarchy Champion and IGPW Mainstay Champion, trying to come out here and put a 3rd or 4th championship on his resume here. As he's playing smart, he's not getting directly in the ring. Captinlaw coming in at number 5.
And you can't say that very often about Captinlaw, as he has ran his mouth to one of the top competitors in the yard of Fletch.
That is right. I mean, but you got to see he's playing it smart with a brutal-looking drive-by right there. Not getting in the ring yet, as then Mikey Nitro collided Festus's body into the back of JX. That was all groin to the back of the head, man. And now we get Mikey Nitro ducks the line and a big super kick. Sends Law tumble. I'm kind of at a loss for words so far. Mikey Nitro is really pulling some tricks out of his ass.
He really is, and he's trying to send the latest contestant right back out, but Captinlaw fights out of it, and maybe, man, what a beautiful bulldog that was by Captinlaw, as Ref Festus also goes down. And we do have a competitor on the edge here. Can anyone? Nope. Looks like nobody's going to take advantage of that, unfortunately.
JX coming in at number 2, looking to stay till the end. And now working on Mikey Nitro in the corner. All three of those men trading blows. Festus with the pinfall there on JX. Law feeds Mikey Nitro into another one. Festus looking for the trifecta. Law grabs the foot, though, and a big ensiguri there, taking the referee down.
Leave it to Captinlaw to kill any joy I have in life as he's picking up ref Festus. What are they going to do to this poor ref? Is he going to throw him out finally?
Law telling Festus it's time to get his old ass out of there, and I guess that's a little bit of revenge for Law after Festus taking the 24/7 Wild West Championship from him in after a 28-second reign.
If I ever hear Captinlaw complain about how the officiating in some of his matches go bad, I'm going to replay him the clip of that right there, and I'm going to tell him, you're a piece of shit, and this is why.
And number 6 is Alex Cardona Thompson. We haven't seen this man in competition, at least since his match with Dark Skull back at CDW Revolt. And he's not coming through the curtain. He came from the side of the ring because, ladies and gentlemen, he was ring announcing this match.
Well, he comes out with a drop kick and a couple of clotheslines, really coming in like a ball of fire. And I think that's what you need to stay in this match as he empties the ring.
He's definitely clearing house like a ball of fire here, like you said, choking JX in the corner. There's no referee to get him off the ropes. He can hold that choke in as long as he wants, especially since the referee got thrown out of the match, you know. But now ACT, the smartest man in the room, playing it smart, going under the bottom rope and staying outside the ring. You gotta wonder if that's gonna be his strategy going in this match. As Law gets drop kicked from JX, and now JX working on Mikey Nitro in the corner. Somebody's got to give. Somebody's got to get these competitors out of the ring. There's no way that this ring can withstand that much mass.
You know, I honestly always question it. How much mass can that ring withstand?
I mean, I've seen a big tubby tuba of a whale compete in that ring, so.
I know. I see him in the ring right now. He's throwing his ass to the face of Mikey Nitro. Is he going to give it another ass to face here? And he does to JX. I've never seen a beach whale flop that much since Florida.
You've made it to Florida?
You'd be surprised what kind of benefits we get here.
You get paid? You get benefits? I've been here since the inception, and I've gotten nothing but a bag of M&Ms and a cheap stale box of popcorn.
Is Gordo your manager?
No.
It sounds like it.
I may have to check my pay stub, see if they've been giving me Gordo's paycheck.
I think you've been cheated.
I'm offended. I'm at a loss for words now.
Thank God. I was getting annoyed by him anyways. As we see, back to the ring.
A big Claymore kick there from Mikey Nitro, and you got back in the ring, but you can't get your mind off of the fact that you get paid and I don't. That's kind of rude, especially since this is your first show.
Oh, and JX almost going out of the ring by Mikey Nitro, and let's see if he can. He cannot, unfortunately. I cannot finish my sentences before they take the next initiative.
And these two men here brawling with one another, no strangers to each other, especially from over in Omega, Michigan Wrestling. As Law now hits the Deadeye. Doesn't follow through with the Mach 5, though. I think if he followed through with the Mach 5, that may have been enough to put my Nitro out of the match.
I don't think that would have been enough because you still have to get him over that top rope. And let me tell you, it is a lot harder than what it would seem as.
A beautiful natural selection.
I never thought he could do that.
I mean, that's become a patented move from Law lately. And sometimes the biggest men are the ones that shock you the most, but JX had it scouted. What's going on?
Guess who? The chosen one, Jared Black. That's who. The greatest wrestler in the entire world. Who do you think I am? I don't like people who just showboat for no reason. I don't like people who think they're better than everybody else because who knows? Some people you have to let go. Some people you have to throw off a bridge. Some people you have to make a move to a different country. And then there's some people that fit your interests just right. I'm really excited. You all have one thing to do right now. Watch who's coming out. Make sure you remember his name. Make sure you know who owns him. You have to remember, nobody, and I mean nobody, is ever gonna disrespect me again. Now, who do you love? Who do you want around? I already know it's me. But this next guy, you're gonna love even more.
And now that our feed's back, we see some dude named Storm is the 7th entrant into the Reach for the Opportunity Rumble as he comes in and goes directly after JX. I heard some of that Jared Black said from my headset talking about you don't want to overlook this man. And from what I see, you might not want to overlook him. He's coming in and clearing shot.
You can say he's coming in like a storm, but I'll make the question, what's in for us for the rest of the match? Will we get a man named Wyatt White introducing Sunshine?
I'm beginning to wonder why they pay you it at all.
You don't need to wonder why they pay me.
Oh.
As you can see, Captinlaw from the outside, working his way back in, hopefully soon, as all the men are down. Someone, please do something.
Did a hot shot there on Mikey Nitro, and everybody's going after Storm. This is a honker of a man, dude. He's big. He's stocky for sure.
You call him a honker of a man because you want to touch his honkers?
I don't swing that way, bud. But Captain
What way
just,
do you swing? This will be on your resume.
I bat for whatever fence pays me the most. Anyway, Law and Nitro kind of just back there chilling. Now Law going after Nitro in the corner. Law breaking up that choke that Storm was doing over on JX. And Law looks like he could be getting Storm in position for something here. Drags the dead weight.
You got two elephants of a man. You wonder what's going on here as he tries to cannonball off of Storm, and it looks like he got just enough.
I don't think he got any of that because I think Storm moved, which stopped him from angling that cannonball right. You got to think if maybe that's wherewithal or just luck on the part of Storm. But now JX has Storm lined up for that patented elbow drop right there. JX, a well-traveled competitor. I mean, he's done just about anything and everything there is to do as Law stops ACT from getting in the ring over there on the other side. ACT still playing it smart by sulking on the outside as the 8th competitor is someone not too uncommon to the 3 men in the ring right now is JT Ford, the Supernova, a on and off again tag team partner with Captinlaw. As they work together, go after Nitro and JX. We know JT Ford and JX have their own storied history over in Omega. And now Storm back to his feet. This match is all over the place, Willie.
It definitely is. I think we're gonna see how much of a capacity a Storm just throwing around JX like he's a bag of pebbles.
He's let Storm in the wind, you know. As a headlock driver right there, and JT up at the top. That's a very risky thing to do in a Rumble with a beautiful swanton right there. Getting all of that right there on Storm. I don't think he got as much on Mikey Nitro as he had intended, but it got the job done nonetheless.
It did get the job done. As Storm is still down from that, as we see Captinlaw and his little buddy there picking Storm back up. What do they got in store for them? As Storm fights back.
Storm is laying in on Law here, and it seems and I'm getting some notes here that Storm goes by the Prince of Demise. And as he puts a bit of a coquina clutch, Karafuda clutch, anaconda vice, some kind of submission there on Law.
He definitely is the Prince of Demise because whatever you just said, you killed it.
I don't know what to say about this man. I've never seen him before. He's new here. This is his debut for CBW. And like, he came in hot and strong, but it seems as if that right now everybody's kind of keeping the bigger men down.
As you should in a Rumble like this, because those bigger men can be key components in throwing anyone out. As Storm trying to throw out Captinlaw, or no, he's going for...
And according to my notes, it looks like Storm was trying to hit him with what he calls the Royal Demise.
But it looked like the count out that Festus does.
Almost. It almost looks like the pinfall there is, but it was enough to get Law out one way or another. He drove that knee into the side of Law's head.
And now he has painted a giant target on his back. Because if you take out one big man, a lot of the ring's going to be happy about that. But now you become the target because you throw everyone else out.
And speaking of targets, it seems as if Prince Am, who just joined this match at number 9, has less of a target on his back because his tag team partner's in the ring as Storm gets dumped out by JX.
Well, it turns out Storm was only a little sprinkled as he sprinkles away from the ring.
And you hear Law on the outside of the ring laughing his ass off that Storm got eliminated. And, you know, it sounds as if Law clocked Storm with something right there. I think he clocked him with a dead eye as a big running boot there from Prince Am. As you see the Nitro Kingdom working together in this match. You got to wonder if maybe it's going to come down to the two of those and then they're going to have to duke it out in the final two.
I've seen some interesting things in my time of commentating, and that has happened once or twice, and I've seen very mixed results. I've seen one tag partner take it for the team and go, as they both bump into each other, almost instinctively attacking each other off of that high instincts from the both of them, but as they start laying it into the other opponents, what have you seen from tag teams making it to the final two?
I mean, tag teams making it to the final two is a rarity because at some point it's a given that one of them's gonna just get a little overzealous or just let that ego take enough control. That craving for gold or that craving for an opportunity at gold is enough to make any man turn on his best friend. And I've seen it time and time again, and you gotta think you're gonna see it again tonight.
As you have seen, not all tag teams are best friends. We've seen father and son and rivals, but these two seem to have clicked the most tonight, as they did walk away from that 6-man tag victors.
That they did, and JT Ford with a big kick there. I think he was going for the side of the head, but got more the shoulder blade area. But Mikey Nitro comes in from behind with a big gut-wrench powerbomb there.
Absolutely disgusting, and I love it.
Deadlifting that man's body. JT Ford is no light competitor. I think he's a $125, $150. And like whether or not that's the heaviest competitor in the match, that's still a lot of mass to just body like that.
Burritos bigger than that.
Oh, and number 10, Destructive Jack Delta. You want to talk about well-traveled. And you want to talk about burritos that are big, this man is the enchilada of backyard wrestling as he DDTs ACT's head right into the canvas. He's coming out like a ball of fire, going after anyone and everyone, looking to, as his song would say, conquer them.
Now, I've had extensive periods of commentary. I feel like I've seen those tats somewhere before.
You know, you can't think that there's only one patriot in this hobby, in this sport.
But patriots don't conquer them.
No conquistadors do. But his song says conquer them all, and nonetheless, he's going to try to do that tonight. And he wouldn't have been able to do that if JX would have been successful on that dump out right there.
Maybe if JX would have came in a little bit later and not been one of the top entrants of this Rumble, he would have had the energy to immediately dump Delta.
And you're right. I mean, but we're 10 men in out of this 15-man Rumble, so we're over a third of the way through, and we've seen a few eliminations, but JX coming in at number 2 has managed to outlast them all, as now
you see ACT being thrown over the top too, as he is someone who didn't get a lot of ring time. He spent a lot of his time on the outside of the ring. He finally gets eliminated.
And you got to think that kind of stings, because if he'd have stayed on the outside of the ring instead of getting back in when he did, he'd probably still be in this match right now. Hell, he may have made it to the final 2. You never know. The odds of stuff in this Rumble happening are slim to none, as Delta hits a beautiful Rainmaker there on JT Ford.
Rainmaker, that sounds like something Storm should look into, don't you think?
That's correct, and we talked about partners turning on each other. Mikey Nitro with a super kick, sending his own tag team partner out of the Rumble.
Well, I guess the greed got the better of him this time.
Oh, God. Literally, number 11 is the Salvation himself. No, that's not him. That's just some dude. That's the dude that got eliminated, but number 11 is the Salvation himself, ladies and gentlemen, formerly known as Morai, the tag team partner of Fletch. It's Corey Lee.
The blonde tip bombshell enters the ring. He caught all of the attention of Jack Delta as he lets him enter. I would not suggest letting him enter the ring like that, as he's taunting him on size. Size has never mattered to Corey Lee.
I have nothing for that. I'm just focused on Corey Lee absolutely decimating Jack Delta as he hits him with a beautiful FML right there.
As Jack Delta is probably thinking, FML, I should not have let him get to that, as he locks him into a chokehold right now.
I mean, Mikey Nitro was going for a stunner there, and you gotta love the veteran instincts of Corey Lee having the wherewithal to slip out of that stunner and lock in that chokehold. But you gotta think Mikey Nitro really screwed himself here, because he doesn't have anybody to help him now in this match, as that looked like a one-winged angel from Mikey Nitro.
It isn't a one-winged angel anymore if you're taking out God. That is the one-winged God killer now.
The fallen angel?
I get paid to name things here. Shut up.
Anyway, Delta looking to get rid of JX. JX, who came in at number 2,
JX
in trouble.
Fighting very hard as his leg is locked in between the ropes. It doesn't matter what they do. They got to get his leg out.
I mean, that might be smart for JX to let that stay like that, because he can't get eliminated if his foot's caught in the rope.
That probably does not feel the most pleasant.
And now Delta's smart enough to realize he can't eliminate the man if the man's caught in the ropes. Trying to get JX out of this match as Mikey Nitro hits a double splash there in the corner. Now this match kind of toned down a little bit. You got Delta working on JX over in the corner, as number 12 comes in, and we saw him retain his NGJPW World title. You gotta wonder if he's gonna come into this match. I mean, he's at number 12. There's only 3 competitors left. I think that's the math, 12 to 15.
Yeah. about correct. You're the one who passed geometry.
I passed geometry, not remedial. Big words. I also passed literature. Anyway, you got number 12 coming in, the NJPW World Champion, the Seeker Division Nick here.
Oh, mitosis Nick is back.
And, you know, he's going to look to split this rumble down the middle as he throws everybody over the top rope and capture the gold with a big drop kick there.
And I think that's a very good start, making his presence felt in the ring as he goes after Corey Lee, someone who is not going to take that kind of punishment, and he's dishing it right back to mitosis Nick.
You know, we talk about the veteran instincts of Corey Lee, but Division Nick is no slouch himself. He's been around the game for a while. Not nearly as long as Corey Lee, but Delta hitting an Irish Curse backbreaker right there and proceeds to follow it up with a end of days. You got to think that's a shot at Fletch there.
That is a shot at Fletch, and you think he's putting Fletch on notice. And I think this is a good time to do it with his ex-tag team partner, Corey Lee, also in the ring.
Indeed, as Mikey Nitro hits a beautiful side suplex there. And, you know, Division Nick kips right back up. He didn't have enough energy to do it during the world title match, but he gets it all in there during the Rumble. He's got that second win, that extra burst of energy, as it looked like Mikey Nitro might have been going for a kill switch on JT Ford, but JT had it scouted and catches him with a beautiful crossroads right there. May have even been a diamond cutter, I'm not quite sure, but it got what it needed to do. It got Mikey Nitro down.
I think I know where the pay cuts need to be, and it is that cameraman. He has missed tags, he has missed moves, and he is missing parts of this match that I would love to see.
You're right, I agree, but you got to give him a little bit of credit. It's hard to capture all of this action when you've got such stacked competitors in this match, like Corey Lee and JX and Jack Delta and the Seeker. I mean, these are men that have traveled the globe wrestling, let alone here in CBW, as we now see Corey Lee working on JX in the corner and Delta working on the Seeker, and you see it, these two looking to one-up one another. Tit for tat.
That is the heart of competition. As Corey Lee gets thrown in the corner, and also Jack Delta also gets thrown in the corner. You're about to see them go for tit for tat as Mitosis Jones.
And you got to think that that's why Division Nick wasn't paying that close attention, as number 13 comes in, longtime rival of Division Nick, the NJPW Hardcore Champion Devilslayer, but he's got to be gassed at this point, man. He's the third match in, as Division Nick tries to just get him directly out, and from what it looks like, he's successful.
As you can see, it did come back to haunt him in his past two matches. That six-man tag that he did not even win. As we see Mitosis Nick, my favorite to win this match, also went out. And we're seeing another competitor potentially go out here in
Delta.
Delta,
sorry.
JX and Delta.
Yeah, they're trying to eliminate each other. I got so confused there after that whirlwind of emotions of an elimination.
And Corey Lee laying the wood to JX and Delta.
JX. Did JX and JLS have a kid?
I think he'd be a little bit darker than that.
As we now see vintage Corey Lee with those running knees into the corner. And you want to talk about dark. Corey Lee is no stranger to doing some of the darkest things in wrestling to get the job done, trying to eliminate Jack Delta, who quite possibly could be one of the biggest threats in this match.
I do believe he is the biggest threat to Corey Lee right now, as the other two are blasting away at each other.
And I don't know what you would call that, a revolving sit-out powerbomb, whatever it was quite effective, as now JX looks to eliminate sometime rival, respectful rival though. These two have a mutual respect for each other in JT Ford. Ford able to get out with a beautiful Pele kick there.
All competitors are down at the moment. trying to work their way back to their feet. We have to wait and see who will be the first to get up and maybe see if they can try to get the pounce on another competitor, get them eliminated.
For Trucity for reals there. I'm at a loss for words. These men have put everything on the line here tonight as JT Ford takes the first shot at Delta. And now you got Delta working on JT Ford over on that side of the ring as he picks him up and snake eyes right into the corner there. Lawn darts and drops his face right on that top turnbuckle pad. And if you look, that turnbuckle pad shifted,
and you have to think that did not feel great on his face.
I agree. I wouldn't want to eat pure metal. I don't know about you, but I don't know what Wonder Willie gets up to in his spare time with that pull-out cutter, but Delta had it scouted there.
Nice forearms to the belly.
And a beautiful revolving forearm strike there, revolving punch.
Good old
Curb
stomp.
These men are exhausted. They're trying to do anything and everything they can to get people out, get the final entrance out as Delta trying to get JT Ford over that top rope there. JT Ford managing to hold on as we hear the music of the 14th entrant. We got one left. We already know who that is, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the end of the surprises here. Number 14 is Monoxyde, the human poison.
How exactly do you become human poison?
I don't know, past Fletch. I mean, wasn't he a virus at one point?
See, that's different. You can be infectious. I don't think you can be poisonous.
Is there much of a difference? Anyway, no matter how you do it or how you become it, he's in here clearing shop on all of these guys, even managing to skim Corey Lee over there on the side. And, oh, he just decks JT Ford right across the side of the head. Ford looked to have gone high risk and high reward and just didn't get any of it.
Absolutely not, but it isn't doing him any good as being the latest entry. Having the stamina is such an ace up the sleeve at this point in the match, and it doesn't feel like he's doing anything with it as Corey Lee starts working on his legs.
Well, Corey Lee able to come in and take advantage of that, because if you notice, after Monoxyde hit that kneeling recoil knee, JX fell onto the legs of Monoxyde, trapping him in that spot, allowing Corey Lee to come in and take advantage. And you got to wonder if that was planned by JX or if that was just happenstance positioning. But either way, able to get Monoxyde out of the ring, tossing him over the top rope, and a Hurricane Rana from JX. While he skimmed the cat, the Hurricane Rana took JT Ford out, and JT Ford is frustrated. He's angry. JX, though, playing to it, arguing. And Delta, what it could be looking for here, he's got JX up on his shoulders. Could he do it? A Delta driver to the outside of the ring, dropping JX onto the other two competitors, number 2 to number 14. You got to give JX some props there.
I do give JX some props, but it is very unfortunate that it is this type of match, and it can go any way at this point. As a nice cutter from Corey Lee.
Beautiful CKO right there. And you hear the music. You know what that means. The final entrant, ladies and gentlemen. And we talk about tag teams earlier. You gotta wonder if that's gonna come into play for Fletch here. As you see, he's kind of guarding Corey Lee in the corner there.
He is. And the only thing I'd like to go through the advantages of our competitors right now is Corey Lee and Delta have the advantage of not wrestling another match tonight.
You're right. Fletch did have to earn that final spot as we see him shake hands. But Corey Lee with an FML!
As you say, he's tapped into that darkness. He is a vile bastard, betraying his ex-tag team partner like that.
You know, Corey Lee, he's very smart, though. I mean, him and Fletch go so far back that they're like 4 flats on a Cadillac. And you got to think he knew exactly what Fletch was going to try and do. He knows how dirty Fletch is. He knows how dirty Fletch plays this game. So you got to wonder if he just beat Fletch to the punch with that FML. But speaking of getting beat to the punch,
Poorly taking down by
that was Mikey Nitro.
Mikey Nitro.
I know sometimes it's hard to see with the colors and everything, and this very
What exactly are you saying?
the red, it glares onto the camera. He's wearing red and silver.
The red, right.
Yeah, he's wearing red and silver. It glares onto the camera. It makes it kind of hard to see. Plus, you got a shaky cameraman. And Delta with a big haymaker of a lariat to the side of the head of Mikey Nitro here as he lays those shots in on Nitro. We're down to the final four, ladies and gentlemen. We got the final four competitors as Delta brings Nitro in for a beautiful rainmaker, knocking Mikey Nitro out of his shoes there.
Very beautiful indeed, but is that enough to get Mikey Nitro out of this match? And it is indeed final three, and you have to think Delta is at a very big disadvantage right here.
And despite the FML earlier, it looks like Fletch is going to try to hold Corey, and I think he got both of them there.
He did. Fletch is knocked senseless.
Fletch is knocked silly, and here we see someone else getting caught in the ropes. Fletch's arms tangled in the ropes over there on the side of the ring as Corey Lee hits that devastating maneuver right there. We've seen him put people away with that over on Explosive Championship Wrestling.
You have indeed, but how will he handle his ex-tag team partner who managed to finally get his way out of those? Will he be able to throw it? As Fletch reverses it and throws Corey Lee out of it. I cannot believe it. It is down to Fletch and Delta.
And Fletch saying goodbye, old friend.
I don't think you can really call them friends by this point.
I mean, best friends make the worst enemies, you know? And bitter enemies make the best friends.
I wouldn't know. I don't have friends.
Get out of my ring.
Yeah, I don't get paid enough to hang out with people, so.
As Delta, I don't think he learned from the first time where taunting people by standing over them just does not work out for the taunter.
And this is a battle of the Goliaths here, per se. I mean, you've got the big name and ego of Jack Delta traveling the world, 5, 6 different states at this point, 16, 15 different companies versus the 20-year veteran in Fletch as these two are trading shots and a big strikes from one another take both men down here. You got to wonder who's going to get to their feet first here and capitalize on this open opportunity.
It looks like Fletch is making his way back to the feet in the corner, but Delta is not too far behind.
I mean, one of these men will walk away your brand new critical champion as he went for that splash in the corner. Fletch able to sidestep, gets Delta over the ropes there, kicks the back. Delta's on the apron. This isn't looking good for Delta.
This could be it. This very much could be it. As Delta trying to make his way back in, and Fletch kicks the middle rope.
And
what's he go for? And a bumping uppercut.
And that's it!
The match. I cannot believe it.
Fletch did it. He's your new critical heavyweight champion. The 20-year veteran in the yard. I want to get to see a replay of that finish. Because that was still dirty. Speaking of dirty by Fletch, he kicked the rope into the groin of Jack Delta. I want to see a replay on that finish right there to see if I'm correct and see if he actually did what I think he just did. And to get the replay here, ducks the punch, gets a punch of his own. We see Delta trying to get back into the ring. Fletch charges the ring, and indeed he kicks the ropes right into the groin. It's a sorry way to see it happen, but you can't take away. There's no rules, and you see Delta pretty.
But as I said in the match, you can't go standing over people as a taunt, as you will bite the back end of their ass, and he is definitely biting the back end of Fletch's ass as he wears his new shiny gold belt.
And ladies and gentlemen, he proved it, I guess. I guess he proved XCW is better than everything. I mean, he's got some of the biggest names that were in this Rumble, and Fletch was able to come out on top. And we want to talk about taunting, kind of adding insult to injury here, throwing it in the face of Delta.
I think Delta deserves it at this point. And and I said it here. Delta deserved it.
Well, deserved it or not, ladies and gentlemen. I'm shocked at the outcome of this match, and Delta is furious. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to say thank you so much for watching, and I don't know where to go from here. Wonder Willie, it's been great having you on commentary. I guess we'll see you all with the rest.